Oh, yeah. And now, from North Platte High School Studio B, welcome to Bulldog Banter, where students, stakeholders, and alumni come together to traverse the transformative power of education. This week's episode sponsored by the North Platte Public Schools Foundation and the Flower Market.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Molly.
And today we're with our guest, Mr. Parker.
Howdy.
Mr. Parker is a middle school history teacher.
Yep.
And he's also the powerlifting coach.
That is correct.
Perfect. All right. We'll start off. Tell us about powerlifting.
Powerlifting, as far as what we do, or
Yeah. Like your love for
we
it?
lift heavy
Anything.
things, huh?
I said your love for it. Anything? You want
Oh
to
yeah.
tell us about powerlifting?
So we started the powerlifting team. We actually officially started the powerlifting team 5 years ago. Prior to that, we would just take kids after football season was over. We'd go to like Lexington or go to Creighton and just let them see what they could do. And then, like I said, about 5 years ago, we decided to actually put together an actual team. And so it's just been growing since then. We started off with like 14 kids. We're up to 44, I think is what we're at this year. We took a team to nationals last year. We went to Appleton, Wisconsin, and we placed fourth in the nation as a co-ed team of combined boys and girls.
Good stuff.
And this year we've got 15 qualified, and we'll be going to Killeen, Texas.
Oh, wow.
We just won a USAPL, which is the United States of America Powerlifting Association. We won that state championship like 3 weeks ago, and then last weekend the girls team came in as the runner-up in the first ever unified state powerlifting championship for the state of Nebraska. So,
Wow, that's pretty cool. So powerlifting is like an all year round thing. Like you guys don't
yeah, we
stop.
never stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never stop.
No breaks.
We will actually even lift as a team at the Cornhusker State Games in July.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So you
nice.
train throughout the summer.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Yep. And you also lead, or at least when I lifted, you led summer for the sports teams.
Yes, I've been doing the summer strength and conditioning program for, this will be my 9th year, I believe it is. So, yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Well, since you guys became a club and stuff, why is it not a NSA like sport? Why is it a club or like an activity?
To be honest, most of the powerlifting coaches don't want it to be a team because then the NSAA controls the team.
Yeah, that's true.
They would tell you what your schedule has to be. They would tell you who you had to compete against and things such as that. We spend so much of our time competing in either USAPL or AAU meets outside of the Nebraska State High School Powerlifting Federation that they would probably try and clamp down on that also and really limit what we can do and what we can't do. So most of the coaches would prefer we actually stay out of it. I see both sides of it, but I'm pretty happy with the way it works right now. There's not really any benefit to us being an NSAA sport. It would change our structure too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And you'd probably only have one season to train.
Yeah,
and
they would
stuff.
probably tell us, we have to be a specific season or something like that. And it just, it doesn't work well that way. Plus then they would probably try and tell me that I can't lift with the kids.
Yeah.
Because I actually compete side by side with them at 2 different meets in the school year, just
Oh.
so they can tear me apart like I tear them apart all year.
So when they're practicing, you're also lifting
No,
with
no,
them?
no. I
okay.
go to compete at tournaments with them.
Oh, okay. I see. That
Okay,
makes
okay.
sense. Wow.
So you said that you're state champs in just co-ed or
So the USAPL meet that we went to did not have a male and female division. They just wanted to do a co-ed division. So, yeah, we won that one.
awesome.
And then the girls picked up the runner-up at the Nebraska Federation meet last week. And that was the first time that the Federation has ever had a unified state meet. Omaha Central used to run their own. Creighton used to run their own. Class D would run their own. And so they came up with this federation idea. And so now it doesn't matter what class you are. We had schools from, Omaha Central, Creighton, Crete, all the way down to Brownwell, Talbot, and places like that. So A through D if you were the strongest and you were the best and you hit the qualifying totals, you were there.
Wow.
And so our girls, through all of that, ended up being second. And we were only we fell short of winning the championship by, I think it was 4 points.
Oh, wow.
Did you get the girls any gifts?
Did I get them any gifts?
Yeah. Well, you're the coach, right?
I'm also on a teacher's salary, so
True.
I give them the gift of my presence and my knowledge.
Well, Flower Market has good prices. You could get them there. And
Flower Mart is amazing. I've bought many flowers there for my wife, yes.
Yes.
And Flower Market is our sponsor.
Your sponsor? Well, see, there you go.
Yep.
Yep. They have other things besides just flowers.
That's how awesome they are.
You can get them Neatos.
I'll take your word for it.
This will make their hands stronger.
That's a great concern that I have is that all my kids have fidgets, so they have stronger hands in class.
Of course.
So teachers, let that go. Just let it. It's part of training.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Keeps your mind busy. Mm-hmm. What made you want to become a powerlifting coach?
What made me want to be a powerlifting coach? So I've been lifting personally for, how old am I now? 56. So 43 years.
Wow.
And I competed at a younger age, and I always thought it was just, I was always obsessed with strength. I was like the comic book kid, wanted Superman and Hulk and all that kind of stuff. And so strength has just always fascinated me. I did competitive bodybuilding for a while when I got out of college, competitive arm wrestling for a while. And then I just started competing. And then when I became a teacher, it just kind of seemed natural that there were some kids that kind of fell through the cracks when it came to sports seasons, like football would be getting done, and they had no desire to play basketball or wrestle or anything like that. Same thing with girls, they maybe didn't want to play basketball or wrestle because wrestling really wasn't a thing quite yet. And so a lot of them were just looking for something different to do. And like I said, it started off really small. It was just, hey, you guys want to go see what happens at this meet or whatever? And then it just kind of grew from there. Kids started asking if, we could take it a little more seriously. And then we sent our first ever kid to nationals 3 years ago, which would have been Abby Dimmitt. Mm-hmm. And she went down to Baton Rouge by herself.
Wow.
She qualified. We got her to all the meets and stuff, but then she went down by herself. And then, the team really took off 2 years ago. And like I said, we qualified 10 kids to go to Wisconsin. And so it just keeps getting bigger. More kids get interested. We've kind of adjusted our schedule so that if kids don't want to lift year round, we have ways they can jump in and they can jump out. They can letter. So it's, like all other clubs and sports, you can letter in powerlifting also. And so that's a big deal to a lot of kids. And just the social aspect of it too. Again, it gets different kids that maybe aren't into the team thing or whatever, as far as the team sport goes. But it's just, the challenge of it for a lot of the kids. A lot of them seeing what they've, what they're able to do, maybe what they didn't think they could do, and all of a sudden they get to achieve things. So it's phenomenal. I love watching that stuff happen.
So you've been big into like powerlifting and stuff for a while. What made you decide to be a teacher rather than like a fitness coach or like
trainer?
Well,
yeah.
So I used to manage a gym.
Oh.
What gym?
It was in Norfolk.
Oh, okay.
And I was a certified personal trainer. It's boring. I really found it boring.
Yeah.
Why did I become a teacher? So I spent the first 23 years of my education process working with juvenile offenders.
Oh.
My first teaching job was in a juvenile detention center. So I was always drawn to kids that had some struggles going on. Mm-hmm. And so I worked for 10 years at that detention center, and then I ran the alternative school here for North Platte for like 11 years. COVID kind of messed all that up. And so then I've been over at Adams for 3 years now. So teaching was not something that I originally thought I was going to do. I was in radio for 10 years. But I had high school teachers that said, hey, yeah, we always knew you'd be a teacher. So
No. Where'd you do radio at?
Kearney.
Oh.
Yep.
Kearney country?
Yep, I was a Y102. I was the morning guy, and I was the assistant program director, and I was the news director. So,
Wow.
and the music
You were
director.
Just everything.
Yeah, I was in charge of all the music that was on the air, and
So is that the music that you were involved in? Or were you also like a DJ or something?
on the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was on the air. I ran the music on the air too.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay.
the DJ. That's the morning guy.
Nice.
Why'd you fall away from that?
Because the radio station sold and it went satellite, and so they didn't have local DJs anymore. A lot of people don't realize that even your small local radio stations, a lot of times, that music and those DJs are not anywhere around here. And so I had a chance to go to Las Vegas and do radio, and I had a chance to go to Wichita, Kansas and do radio. I grew up in Hershey. I actually grew up 10 miles outside of Hershey, so I don't like cities.
Yeah.
And so Vegas was automatically out, and Kansas, it's Kansas. So I just,
Well,
That-
Wichita's pretty big.
yeah, but I don't know. I just wasn't ready to be away from my family.
Right.
Even at that, I mean, which sounds crazy to say when you're in your 20s and you're like, you're not ready to be away from your family, but I was really close to my parents. Still am. Actually, I live literally across the street from my parents, which I never thought I would go back home, but I did. So I'm back in Hershey again. But my brothers and I are close. I just had no desire to go anywhere else.
Yeah,
So
that makes
So-
sense.
How do you balance the time? Because you just said you lived in Hershey. How do you balance the time from living in Hershey to driving to the middle school to being a coach at the high school? Like, how do you balance all of that?
I speed.
Well, there you go.
But my nephew's a deputy, so maybe I can get away. No. It's just planning more than anything. The living in Hershey and teaching at Adams is no big thing, and obviously Adams over to high school took me, I think, 7 minutes to get over here when I just left just now. So it's not really a big deal. We start practice at 4:00. We're usually out of here 5:45. Then I go home. I've built my own weight room in my garage, so I go home. I work out at home. I don't know. It's just structure. It's about if you want to do it, you figure out ways to do it. And then in the summer, I actually go to work earlier in the summer than I do during the school year. I have to be here at 6 a.m. In the summer, and I don't get out until when we're done with our last session. We usually get done about 1. So during the school year, I actually get to sleep in. So you guys all complain because you have to go to get up and go to school. I'm like, yeah, I get to sleep an extra hour and a half. So yeah, I mean, it's about wanting to do it, and
Yeah,
The time management.
yep.
definitely. Tell us about your family.
Oh, my family. So I've been married for how long have I been married now? 25 years. My wife is from Arnold, and we've been together for. No, we've been married for 20. I'm sorry. We've been married for 20. We've been together for 26 years. I have an 18-year-old son named Jaden who just signed to Concordia to throw shot, and he's probably going to possibly walk on and play football also.
Oh, congrats.
And then I have a 13-year-old. He's an 8th grader in Hershey named Jackson, and he is actually going to go to Texas and compete at nationals in powerlifting at the junior high level. He's going to go down
Oh
with
my
us.
goodness.
He qualified at the Cornhusker State Games. He set the state record for deadlift in his age group, and should have had the record for bench press, but he didn't follow commands. So
is he going to travel with the Irondawgs or?
yeah, so that's part of the thing too with being a club is we do a lot of our own transportation.
Like you pay for it?
No, like we drive.
Oh, so you're driving to Texas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have an incredible set of families in the powerlifting community that they go everywhere. I mean, it was crazy how many parents ended up in Wisconsin last year. And they help haul kids, they haul food, they haul equipment. You would think, a sport like powerlifting would be pretty non-expensive or inexpensive. Sorry, I did teach English for a while. I should know that word, but a little inexpensive. But actually, it can be pretty costly when you start investing in belts and knee sleeves and supplements if you want to take supplements, and all the transportation and the entry fees. And so I've just been blessed to have a set of parents, or a group of parents that are just on board, and they're like, yeah, whatever. We'll get it done. I've had parents, haul 2 or 3 kids up and 3 or 4 kids back, and it's whatever. Because I guess the one drawback of not being a sport is, and our transportation department for the school does an amazing job, but we're probably not a priority, and I get it. You got to get the kids to wrestling districts, or you got to get the basketball teams out, or the football, and I get that. I don't have a problem with that, because I do have such a great community that just helps me out so much to make sure we get things done and get the places we need to be and get there safely, and it's phenomenal. I mean, but yeah, as far as Wisconsin, so I drove 13 hours up and 13 hours back.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah,
I
that
think
can be
it's
a lot.
I think it's great that you have that good of support.
I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
It just would not be possible. We would go to 1 or 2 meets a year. Nationals would not happen.
Right.
Things like that. It's just it literally takes this community to make it work. When we started, we didn't own any equipment other than obviously the weight room, but now we own our own competition racks, things like that. We host our own meet, which started off as just us and one other team from Niobrara Verdigris. Last year we added McCook, and next year we're adding Grand Island Central Catholic. They want to come compete. So, excuse me, it just keeps getting bigger. And I don't know, the Federation wants me to hold a tournament out here. And I don't know. That's
I think that'd be awesome.
I think it'd be awesome.
It'd take a lot of time.
A lot of work, a lot of organization. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. Shout out to the western side of Nebraska.
Well, that's the thing. So, a lot of people also don't understand, the only place we have to compete that's not in Lincoln or Omaha is Lexington, and then Niobrara Verdigris. But Niobrara Verdigris is also 4.5 hours away. It's clear up by Norfolk.
I didn't even know
that's
that was a
so
place.
yeah, me neither.
It's a little consolidated school, and they're the team that originally started coming down here for us for our duel.
That's crazy.
They've got a great coach, great program. Jeff Shabram's their coach, phenomenal dude. Kind of been a mentor to me a little bit, helping me understand the navigation of how to get to meets and stuff like that. The programming of the lifting and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with, but I was jumping in feet first and so how do we get to this meet, and how do I get on the list to get on meets, and how do we get into the USAPL and the AAU and stuff like that. So, and now we've added a new federation. We've got another federation we're going to start competing in called Powerlifting America. And they're holding their national tournament in Omaha this year in April. And unfortunately, a bunch of kids found out about it. And so like, hey, we need to go to Omaha. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. We'll
Add to the list.
see
So
what
are
happens.
you're doing that too? You're going to Texas and Omaha?
I don't know that there's a way I could not.
Yeah.
I think I've been cornered. Yeah, I think
At least
we'll
they're
probably
committed
have it.
enough to want to
And
do
that
that.
That's
may
good.
be a deal where, some of them might go down on their own. I'll go catch the weekend part of it. I don't know if I can get the Thursday and Friday part. We'll just have to see. I'm worried about what's going on in Texas first, because that's something that we're fully committed to, and we've got a big team going to. So I would love to come back from Texas with a banner. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Not for me personally, but for the program, it would be huge. And for the girls, I've got kids that have been with me since they were freshmen. And then I've got girls that just walked in this year, like Katie Titus and Lauren Bowers just walked in this year and qualified for nationals. Katie sets a record every time she touches the bar.
Wow.
She owns a couple state records. Lauren set all the school records this last weekend for her weight division. Grace Wilkie set a state record for bench press. So, I mean, it's like constant improvement. I've just got some phenomenal lifters that I really want to see rewarded for the work that they put in. From as small as Maya Porter, who's like 90 pounds. Abby Hankla weighs 114 pounds. She deadlifted 300 pounds Saturday.
Wow.
So almost triple her body weight. Carly Berliner, Carly Knapp, Addison Stroud, Gabby Gartner. We just go. I mean, and I hate saying names because I know I forget people, but that's who I am. Jaden McBain is another one who's just done phenomenal, qualified for nationals. And then on the boys' side, our nationals qualifiers are Aiden Smith, Cole Tomlinson, who I could not be happier for, because I've had him in the summer weight program since he was a seventh grader, and just to watch him. And then he signed to go powerlifting in college when we're done here. And then Alex Valdivia, who just moved here from Dodge City, Kansas, over the summer, and he's already qualified for nationals. So that's pretty exciting.
That's
too.
awesome.
And so yeah, it's been, it's just been great watching all these kids. And man, I'm serious. I'm really hoping I didn't forget a girl. Maya, Abby, Addie, Carly, Jaden, Gabby, Katie, Lauren. Oh, Riley Kissinger. And Grace Wilkie, there you go. Because Riley just qualified Saturday, and she just moved here, so from Hershey. So this was the first year she'd ever powerlifted, and yeah, she qualified on Saturday. She'll be the last person that qualified.
Nice. I'm glad you have all the support and growth from powerlifting, and I think we're just about to wrap up here. So do you have one last advice?
Wait. My segment.
Yeah.
What segment?
The fingers.
Willie's Wonder. Willie
Oh,
Wonders. segment.
sorry. Okay.
Willie Wonders?
Yeah.
Willie Wonders.
So this is for any or all of you. The question, I heard it yesterday.
Okay. Do you want to ask it, or do you want me to?
I'm gonna ask it.
Okay,
You let me
sorry.
do my segment.
All right.
We're ready.
Okay, one hand. You got 5 spouts for
Faucets.
a liquid or sauce or whatever. What are you picking?
For me?
Yeah. Or
To pour out of my hand?
at any time,
You
unlimited.
can, shoot it at somebody.
So you want ranch? You want Amigos Ranch?
No,
That could
it's Heinz 57 sauce.
So let's go. You got 5 choices.
Heinz 57 sauce, I will put on any food. Literally. Or just put on bread and eat it like a sandwich. Honey mustard. I hate milk, so no.
What?
Could it be a protein shake?
This is you pick. It's a liquid or a sauce.
Protein shake has to be chocolate. Man, the Qdoba's cheese sauce is pretty good.
Queso?
Yeah, that stuff's good. One more.
Good choice.
Man, I kind of. Oh, I guess it would. Kids call it my green Hulk juice. There's this green sour apple water that I drink. I guess I'd probably say that. It would have been White Monster, but I gave up energy drinks a while back. So, so I would say green apple. I think it's called Pure Kick.
Oh, that's what my dad gets.
It's like $6 for $1 at Dollar General.
Got some in my desk.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're not gonna go with I would think gasoline.
Gasoline. Oh, yeah. You
Would
could
you
put
not
it in your
any
car.
liquid, man?
You mean, and it's just infinite?
Yeah. Like it's almost a soup. Maybe it's like what's that stuff that
Liquid
freezes?
gold.
Yeah. Well, is that a thing though?
You can melt gold.
True.
But I don't know.
Except
if
that'd
it
be
might
really
burn
hot.
Yeah. I put
You
coffee.
told me it would be like sauces, not
You. No,
like
I said
anything.
liquid or sauce. It's up. You guys make the rules.
You know,
have the
she
rules.
said coffee, and then I'll drink iced tea nonstop. Like I'll have iced tea sitting on my nightstand at bed.
But what if you could have just water in one? Is that?
Well,
would you need water? I mean,
I can get water anywhere.
but you could also get it right out of your finger whenever you need it.
True.
And I could just go water my yard.
What if there's a
whenever I wanted
fire?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be a great fireman.
And I get the hose.
Go gadget water finger.
If you have the water finger, you could do Pure Boost anytime.
I could do that. I changed my answer to water.
Maybe not
To
gasoline.
replace
though.
what?
I would replace Qdoba's queso.
Yeah.
You kind of have like some hot takes in there, like honey mustard.
Oh, I love honey mustard.
Listen, you can criticize, but you're not contributing.
That's
What would you do?
I suppose you don't like pineapple
Water.
on pizza
Coffee
either.
in this finger. Runs a
Electrolytes.
ranch. Runs a ranch.
Ranch is horrible.
What?
Oh my gosh, ranch is
I
my
cannot.
You live in
stand it.
Nebraska and you don't like ranch?
I cannot stand ranch
We're gonna
dressing.
have to end the show.
favorite. Yeah, right
Thank you.
here.
Let's wrap
All
it
the
up.
time we
Let's
have for
have
today.
Ranch. What else?
I don't know. Gasoline, I
I
guess.
feel like that's
Yeah,
a big
that's-
one. It's only gonna go up.
Gasoline
And
does make sense.
It could
Free.
be a defense too.
But I wonder if you would stink.
A defense.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you probably.
Maybe.
I hope you can't smell what's in your fingers.
I know, but it always when I get pump gas, it always somehow gets on my hand.
Yeah, that's,
anyway.
Yeah.
That is true.
Maybe some. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
That is something to
is.
think about, but
All right,
I don't
thanks
know.
for playing.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of Willie's
I
Wonder
didn't know
segment.
I didn't know if that was the Willie's Wonders though. So I was supposed to answer those things. So I was confused.
No, those are just notes for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clearly, I don't follow them very well.
so do I coach any other sports? Is that what? No, okay. Just youth sports. Youth coach all youth sports.
With you for your kids or just in general?
No, for my kids. I've coached soccer, football, baseball. I've even coached basketball. I coached 17 different soccer teams over 11 years. I coached wrestling for 12 years. I have no business coaching basketball, but I did because nobody else would do it.
You've done it all.
Yeah. All right. Our final question.
All right.
I forgot it. You asked it.
What do you have any advice for the youth or your students or just anyone?
As far as powerlifting goes,
No, just in
Anything-
general.
Any advice you can
Any
give
advice
to
for
kids?
us or
The best
Just-
advice you would give.
Yes.
exactly?
never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
I'm 56 and I still go to college. Like I hate not being in school. So I would say never stop learning. And then the other thing I always tell kids all the time is slow down. You spend all your time rushing to try and get somewhere. You think 18's a goal, you think 21's a goal, and then you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to slow the time back down, and you can't do it.
That's very true.
So enjoy what you're doing. School's going to go super fast.
Yeah.
You're going to look around and at your graduation, the sad fact is that is the last time you will all be in the same room at the same time.
That's true.
That's sad. Sad.
So enjoy it.
Yeah. Love that. Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Sure.
We
Yep.
really loved having you. It was nice to know. I mean, I don't know that much about powerlifting. So.
You almost sounded like you meant that.
All right, everyone. This is the Bulldog Banner,
Yes.
and we'll catch you later.
Thank you.
See you
Yep,
later.
Bye.